So, Keke Palmer has been granted full custody of her 9-month-old son, as well as an order to prevent child abduction and temporary restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, Darius Jackson, the village idiot, on Thursday, November 9th, after citing multiple instances of physical abuse. The actress filed for a restraining order in LA Superior Court, according to the Hollywood Reporter, accusing Jackson of domestic abuse in instances recent as November 5th, claiming he trespassed onto her home and threatened her, physically attacked her, including lunging for my neck, striking me, throwing me over the couch, and stealing my phone when I told him I was going to call the police. Palmer claims that Jackson came to her house around 11 a.m. and began filming her on his phone, demanding to see the former couple's son, Leotis and Drellington Jackson. Don't get me started with these names now. After Palmer told Jackson that Leo was not home and attempted to escort him out of the home, she says Jackson sat down in the living room chair and continued to demand to take Leo, an 8-month-old baby who is breastfed, to a football game, per the THR. Palmer then says she would call the police, and then when Jackson allegedly lunged at her face and neck, knocking her backwards over the couch, and stole her phone and ran out of the house. Palmer also detailed an alleged incident from February 2022 when Darius body slammed me into the stairs by my neck. Also claimed Jackson had destroyed her personal property, thrown her personal items in the street, her car keys to prevent her from driving away, and threatened to unalive himself with a gun if she left him. And so that answers one of the questions as far as when we always ask these questions. Well, why didn't she just leave, right? And there you have it, where if the guy is adding in the guilt trip of, I'll unalive myself if you don't stay with me and this, that, and the other, why you can see why this continued to drag on in the public eye, or them not actually leaving each other or being back and forth with each other or whatever, right? And so as this story was gaining traction, Sarunas Jackson, the actor brother of Darius, posted this: the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I've ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow, so sad. And so this is what Keke Palmer's mother had to say in response to that.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter, the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy. We know he's the biggest boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a boy and you're a part of the problem.
So Keke Palmer's mother does not like how Sarunas Jackson is trying to kind of play the good guy, I guess, and calling out his brother. And some people thought that he was calling out Keke. Some people thought he was calling out his brother. But she doesn't like it because allegedly he was the same type of abuser. He admitted to being this way before himself. And we don't know how this is all going to shake out. We got to let the whole story shake out, because you never know how these type of things play out. We just saw the Jonathan Majors situation with his girlfriend, where his girlfriend was obviously lying. Now, in this case, we have video evidence. We have not seen the video evidence ourselves, but we see the pictures of it because of YouTube. You know, we can't watch the video, but we've seen the pictures of him obviously abusing her, right? So now what we don't know is if at any time she was also an abuser in this case, meaning they both fighting each other. And I know some of y'all gonna get mad at me for even bringing that situation up, but I was given some good advice one time by a cousin of mine, telling me hey man, don't get in the middle of stuff that you don't really know about. Let the police handle that. Let her call on them for that, because you been jumped on into some stuff and got shot yourself, and they'll be sitting at your funeral together again. And he told me this because he been through it. He went and fought, and did stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they was the for family, and they was and that them family members was back with their boyfriend the next day. So I say this only to bring up this as a possibility. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation. I don't know whatever was happening between them, right? But I do know it's a possibility that one side of the story could be told and one side of the story could be caught on camera. And I brought that up because of like the last time we saw them together, it was her birthday and they was having a good time. And I brought it up because of that. It's like, well, 1 minute they split and they, they don't care about each other, they beefing online. And the next minute they back together again. This kind of seems to be a pattern in abusive relationships. Like they'll fight, get back together, they'll fight, they'll get back together. And it also is a pattern in abusive relationships as far as him abusing her. So she very well, as we see here, is a victim, and that could be all is to need to be seen. We don't know. I'm just giving you both scenarios, right? But I will say to him, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. What type, like, listen, when you go over there trying to demand to see your baby, 8-month, 9-month-year-old baby, what do you think is going to come of that? Like, what is the end game to that? It's not going to go well, for one, because if she don't want you to see him, you're not, right? So demanding to do so is only going to end you up in this situation here, looking like El Stupido, about to go to prison and about to, and having lost full custody of your child. So now you really can't see him. So now instead of positioning yourself to be some type of father to him, now you just gonna etch yourself out of the picture totally, in a time where we know that babies need mothers and fathers. But I'll tell you, what they don't need is abusive fathers. Like, we can't keep glossing over the fact that, listen, if you're gonna be a present father, and you need to try your best to be a good one, instead of letting your emotions, see, this the emotional stuff that we let creep into the manhood over the years. You know what I'm saying? If we've been taught this, but it comes to a point where it got to be removed. I don't care where you picked it up from. I don't care where you learned it from. I don't care if it was his brother, Sarunas Jackson, that he learned it from. It got to be removed. Because you can't, as a man, act emotionally like this and allow yourself to get so revved up dealing with your woman that you got to put hands on her. That has to go, man. You ain't nothing being solved like that. We done seen this too many times. Too many of us have had family members that have went through this, and been, like, come on, man. As men, we got to admit this is not a good look. I don't care how we gonna try to defend this, how we gonna try to spin it, how we gonna be like, oh, she was testing him. And we do know women gonna test you. We do know that. Like, we do know women do this purposely. They'll test you because they know they can't beat you. So knowing they can't beat you, the best thing they can do is say stuff about your dead mama, right? About your dead auntie, about your dead daddy, whoever. They'll say stuff to just to get you to react, simply because they can't just like box you themselves and win. So knowing that, you got to know when it's time to just walk away, man. Whether it's time for you to walk away from the relationship as a whole, or whether it's time for you to just, in smaller spurts, walk away from these arguments. And women, y'all got to stop chasing these men down when it's time for them to walk away. Stop rejuvenating the relationship that is no good for you. Or when they trying to walk out the door to get away from the argument, Stop following them out the door and just banging on the car and all of this stuff. This is not what happened in this situation, but I'm just saying we've seen this in these abusive type of relationships. Sometimes you're better apart. Sometimes y'all need to go y'all separate ways and heal on your own. And women, we love y'all. I can't say it enough. We definitely love y'all. We love y'all. Okay, you don't have to remain in these situations, even when dudes be trying to use these tactics to keep you there. You don't have to stay in a situation and where you getting abused, like, you know what I'm saying? Because what we saying is there's cases where it happens and it's but just know when the capacity is there is imminent danger. Like that can escalate to a place of no return very quickly in some of these arguments. So when you're dealing with a dude that can be emotional and lay hands on you, and that's like a normal thing, you got to find some type of strength to get away from this, because it's going to get worse, and it is going to, at some point, it has a very good possibility of going south very fast. But with that all said, I just want to say I love y'all. Wish y'all the best, man. Black women, we love y'all, for real. We do. And I don't know. I don't want to keep fighting with y'all over these situations or arguing with y'all over these situations. I just want us black folk, us black couples, and I want us to heal together. I don't even know the best way to say it, but this is your boy P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.